And that, I mean...
All right, thank you, Nnamdi, for those headlines. I mean, because you're making your reappearance today, how about you lead us on the analysis?
I mean, there's only one place we need to start from. And I think let's take it from the Nigerian Tribune, where it says, country of particular concern, what it means for Nigeria, then begins to list all things we will not get. You know, the economic sanctions, international isolation, IMF ban. I mean, so I think that's where that would be a good place to start from, because we've been talking of this thing in isolation as if it doesn't matter.
Okay, so we'll now find out who it matters to, and of course we get an opinion from Barrister Chidi Ujoatumba, who joins us on the review segment this morning. Barrister Ujoatumba, so good to have you, and happy new week to you.
Good morning, Nathalie and
morning.
Mr. Nnamdi.
Good morning.
Nnamdi, finally you decided to grace this show with your presence once more.
Because Nnamdi is a strong U.S. President Trump advocate. When Nigeria was redesignated as a CPC, he also redeployed to the set.
Okay, so, you are in line with Trump activities.
No,
I can understand.
No one that understands Trump more than him.
I do also.
I'm in line with anything that will stop this charade we're calling attempts at fighting insecurity.
Yes, it's a child's play. It's a child's play.
So let's gain your overall appreciation of this alleged Christian genocide. Are Christians in Nigeria currently being persecuted? Is there such a thing as a genocide in your view?
Yes, there is an ongoing gradual genocide to wipe out a particular set of people. Though we have also seen it happen to Muslims, but it's happening to them because they don't want to join the bad guys to wipe out the entire people in Nigeria. It's something that calls for both local, regional, and international concern. It's unfortunate that the Nigerian government have not really paid the amount of attention, have not given this issue the amount of attention that it requires. You cannot keep on bribing people or shutting people down or telling the media to downplay the ongoing killing that even immediately America declared Nigeria as a CPC. The following day, you understand, a church was attacked and people were killed in Jos. So this is an ongoing something, and there's nothing you can do about it except if an internal force comes in to, wade in and probably help us to bring this thing to a total end. So there's a genocide, there's an ongoing genocide in Nigeria.
I'm glad you mentioned the Muslims being killed because they refuse to comply.
Yes.
Because we've seen, this morning, I keep forgetting this clown's name, Bashir Ahmad, former SSA or SA to Buhari media, was giving us a list of 73 mosques that have been burned since 2012. And this has been an angle of propaganda I found particularly disgusting, which is trying to deny a crime because of the presence of another crime.
No, it doesn't hold waters. I can dissipate that within a fraction of a percentage second, because who are the perpetrators? When we come from the point of view of the perpetrators, then you will understand why America is trying to do what they want to do. The same people killing Christians are the same people killing that faction of Muslims that refuse to join them. So America is on the right side, and they have sponsors. There are people sponsoring them. You understand? The Dubai list have not been made known to Nigeria up to today. You understand? Look at our service chiefs. They keep on changing service chiefs like that. Instead of allowing them to do what they're supposed to do. Tinubu is the last man standing, not the chief of army staff.
The conspiracy. Look at General Ihe Jerika, who recorded great success in pushing troops
with the use of machineries.
Pushing the Boko Haram
deep inside Sambisa,
and coordinating then with the forces of the late Idris Deby of Chad and the forces of Niger. And at the critical point was removed. Then I don't know if you remember Colonel Dauda, the man Operation Safe Haven, who was sanitizing the Abuja Kaduna Jos roads.
Yes.
And at the peak of his effectiveness,
he was removed.
Now we have Christopher Musa, who are giving a countdown, a calendar of when he was going to eradicate
which
them.
I have been waiting for
and
all this. Why? Do you know why I've been criticizing this government? Except when you come out with a clear list, a plan, a framework of what you want to do, the resources required to get that done, and a timeline for getting it done. You're not talking to me. You're not talking to me.
So my question is, those who speculate that governments may be complicit, would you accuse them of being conspiracy theorists if they keep seeing things like this?
No, they are not conspiracy theorists. Those who have been hammering on that the complacency of the federal government is buttressing this killing, they have been justified. They have been vindicated. Because when you were the one reeling out the structure, how they will gather momentum to fight them, that the person will be removed. They will gather momentum to quell insurgency, the person will be removed. Why? Without any, giving, justifying reason why they should be doing that. So they are not really, Nigeria, let me tell you, it's unfortunate that US has to come into this. Because I know that the Nigerian military, I know before, you understand, is capable, is far much capable to wipe these guys out within 48 hours. It's just that the military has been compromised because the federal government has a hand in this.
Right.
They
Now,
have a hand in it.
during a recent interview on Air Force One, U.S. President Donald Trump is not showing any signs of refusing to send soldiers to land in Nigeria. I mean, he's quite clear that Nigeria is not going to be left, that he's not going to stand by and watch Christians in Nigeria being murdered. So let's look at the key issues here. The U.S. president is alleging that there is genocide of Christians going on in Nigeria.
Is he alleging? Okay.
We don't have official records from the federal government, from security agencies to even tell us the figures, because somehow they are not making it appear.
Can I ask you a question?
No, I have to make my point, okay? So the federal government is not making it appear as if it is a systematic attack against Christians. The federal government is saying there are security challenges in Nigeria, but not targeted at Christians, right? That Nigeria is religiously tolerant, but this deviates with what the US presidency is saying, right? Now, the key issues Nigerians have, they feel like the US president coming in just like that is an overreach of his constitutional powers. They're also questioning the due process at arriving at Nigeria being a country of particular concern, because somehow there are processes that should have been followed as opposed to just declaring Nigeria a CPC. They're also wondering if the US president has the power to declare Nigeria a CPC and why they would want to involve themselves in Nigeria so swiftly. These are the key issues I want us to look at this morning. Go ahead.
Nigeria is a member of United Nations organization, okay, and also there is this bilateral charter they have also signed, being a member of UNO, on religious freedom. And America is one of the nations of the world who are part of the if I can call it the world police, you understand, that ensures that this thing does not happen. It's not just in Nigeria that America is doing this. America have done it in so many other places. If you pay lip service to this and try to politicalize it and say, does America have the power to do that? Who else would do it? Who else would do it? By that bilateral charter on freedom of religion, they have the right to do it. They can do it, and they have been doing it in so many other places. Let me tell you, who told Nigeria to go to war in Liberia? Who told Nigeria to go to war when they saw that Liberia needed to be liberated? Nigerian soldiers went there and killed themselves and killed a whole lot of people, and but money were spent.
That's a good point.
This is a global village. The world is a global village.
Right.
So whatever you are doing in the confines of your own region will definitely reverberate and get across to all the world. You can't hide this injustice under APC or PDP. It's too big.
So let me come.
The blood is too much.
Let me come to another point people are making. Because if we're to be honest, President Trump had already, as at
2020, 2019, 2020. Yes.
Before,
it was Biden that removed it.
Yeah, Nigeria had already been listed as a country of particular concern.
It's consigned.
This was, we had before, if you remember, in the last years of the Jonathan administration, we had the Yanya bombings, the UN building in Abuja. We had all sorts of issues. And then, US had already listed Nigeria. Because if you remember early on, the Obama government refused to designate Boko Haram as a terrorist organization and refused to designate Nigeria as a country of particular concern. When the Trump admin came in, one of the first things they did, Boko Haram is a terrorist organization, and if you call them bandits, that's your business. We're calling them terrorists, and Nigeria is a country of particular concern. Then when Biden came in, Anthony Blinken, who was a carrier from the Obama government, reversed it. But even with all this, so it's not as if Donald Trump is doing something new.
It's not doing something new.
America under Republican government had always had that view of Nigeria.
Yes.
But now some people are saying, it's this resource grab they are doing. that everywhere they are going, they're going for rare earth minerals and they want the lithium, the lithium in Nigeria.
No.
You know, already we've seen a video circulating, you know, yet to be confirmed, of the guy with the Albanian flag in Zamfara, mining gold, which is the Albanian flag there, alone, with in Zamfara. According to, I saw the video, but I cannot confirm that, you know, that is Zamfara per se. But it's scary if things like that are happening. They're saying illegal mining is happening. The US, of course, they have intelligence officers. They know their resources. And people are saying this sudden love for Nigeria has to do
questionable concerns
with a grab for rare earth
I disagree with that narrative, because like you rightly pointed out, Nigeria had already been designated as a country of particular concern since 2020. It was Biden that removed it without any justifiable reason. I think they based it, they say that the issue is not killing of Christians, that it has to do with a clash between farmers and also global warming. You understand? But when you look at the data, when you look at the structure of the killing, when you look at the people who are sponsoring the killing, you will have no doubt to believe that this is a pre-planned genocide to wipe out a particular set of people in this country. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. The problem we're having now is nomenclature. Okay, that's the problem we're having. We are having a problem of nomenclature because something will happen and the president will go to Benue and say farmer header clash. You understand? Farmer header clash. What do you mean by farmer header clash?
Why did your voice change like that?
Yes, I'm trying to mimic somebody and you know exactly what I'm talking about. What do you mean by farmer header clash? What do you mean by farmer? Pregnant women were ripped apart, children were killed, houses were burnt.
All right, now speaking to other concerns, we have some Islamic groups that have come out to say that this is not an attack on Christians alone, that they also face attacks, that they've seen their mosques being attacked. So the major concern of Nigerians as well is, or rather the presidency, is that, and I'll rehash the question, is this attack is not isolated to Christians alone, that it's happening. It doesn't have any religious inclination, right? So I have to ask you this. Are these attacks directly on Christians? Are they targeted at Christians? And speaking to Nnamdi's question as well, is this some kind of smoke screen to come into Nigeria and take away our resources such as lithium and petroleum?
Yes, the attack. The 80 to more than 81% of the attack is targeted on Christians. The time of the attack, the place the attack is carried out, it will tell you that it's targeted on Christians. Right. It's targeted on Christians. And I don't think, look at what Trump said. He said that he's going to do it very, very quick. He said the way he hit Iran. Did he start struggling with Iran oil? No. He said, do this, and look, let me tell you, within 48 hours, they can use their drone to designate where these bandits and terrorists are hiding. And they will just smoke them.
What about due process? Do you think
what do you mean by due process? Okay, before they kill those in Jos and those in Benue, were there due process? What kind of due process are you talking about here? No, what do you mean? They need to come and sit down with their killers? Or the
question is,
what do you mean by due process?
Before designating Nigeria a country of particular concern, did the US President Trump follow the due process?
Yes, he followed the due process.
The data, the annual report.
He followed the due process. Didn't you hear when?
Did he just declare or did he follow the due process?
Sorry,
ma. These people. There was a story.
There was the Congress.
Yes,
the Senate.
A lot of hearing.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
One man came from US with what's his name? What this Nigerian guy? Reno Mokri. They all came here and they sat down. The guy now gave his verdict that this is a pure killing against Christians. And Reno went berserk.
I was so embarrassed.
Yes, I was embarrassed.
Where Reno presented a factional northern leader of the Christian Association of Nigeria as the spokesperson for all Christians in Nigeria.
Can you imagine?
It's one of the. It just speaks to the propagandic.
So what goes to those who have just lost their? What goes to all? I think this family need closure. And there's another aspect of what America is doing. Yeah. This issue, implementation of Sharia law. Have you seen it there now? Did you see it there? They are also going against judges. They're going against politicians, and they're going against head of institutions who were there when all these people
It's a problem that and let me ask this question before we leave this topic. Is it possible that America is using us as a proxy to counter something? And let me explain. In places like Dearborn, Michigan, in the US, you have a Muslim majority, a Muslim mayor. They started pushing Sharia. We heard recently of the attempt to build a totally brand new Muslim city in Texas, which led Governor Greg Abbott of Texas to, push a bill to the Texas Congress, which was overwhelmingly voted for, to ban any law outside the US law and ban any religious anything to prevent that Sharia city from coming up. Is it possible that the US is, because this is not what they want for themselves, maybe they are saying, wherever, let's see if we can strike at what we oppose.
You're making a point, but you see one thing with us, that the Nigerian constitution also contains Sharia. You say it's not alien to us. But
I'm saying it's the US now.
I know.
Because it's alien to them now.
It's alien to them. But I think they're trying to stop something. There's something they are touching. That you see this killing of Deborah. You understand? They're specific about something. They are specific about what do you call it? When someone shouts the name of Muhammad or Allah Akbar or anything, say you will burn that person. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Any judge or any person who sets free anybody who is part of such a commission of such crime, they are going after that person. This is specifically what they want to go against. It's not as though they want to say that Sharia law will not be applicable to anywhere or any place where comes Sharia law, but they want to go against that.
Let's look at the Guardian as well, because I like how they put it here, stressing the concerns of Nigerians. Now, this warning by U.S. President Trump unsettles Nigeria, raises concerns over religion and sovereignty, of course, which is independence. You know, now the U.S. has been accused of entering countries and causing chaos and
yes.
People have cited Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam. People have cited a lot of these countries, and Nigerians feel like religion is a very sensitive matter,
yes.
which, if not handled well, you will start to see clashes even after the so-called intervention. So we're seeing some of these Islamic groups already calling out the Christian Association of Nigeria for going ahead to petition the U.S., accusing them of this, by the way, and trying to make it look as if it's just them who are victims. So you're already seeing some of that tension getting ready to boil over. You were seeing the activist Showore also coming out to say that Nigerians should not be so happy about this move by the U.S. presidency to get involved in Nigeria. He's citing these concerns about their antecedents in other countries as well. So the question I have is, what should Nigerians be thinking at this point about the volatility of conversations around religion, the issue of independence, if U.S. should get involved in Nigerian affairs, and the possible impact of it all if it goes as planned? If the troops, the U.S. military lands in Nigeria, what could be the implications?
The world is not gonna come to an end. They have landed in so many regions of the world. You understand? There's a new sheriff in town. Desperate situations calls for desperate measures. What has the Nigerian government done on insecurity since 2009? How many years now? How many souls have died? What else do you expect? Is it when they wipe out the entire southwest or southeast? Look at the statistics. There's a new sheriff in town. I don't think America will just land here and start shooting sporadically. You understand? They are going after a designated particular set of people. And once that is done, you understand, they will go. Now, you're talking about the backlash, you understand? If Muslims, or rather Islamic clerics, will start throwing tantrums, or would they continue what America came to stop? What would they do? What would be the end of their agitation?
Now, the U.S. president and Nigerian president are set to meet in the coming days. Now, we're not sure whether that will take place at the State House or at the White House. The location is not clear. What do you envision to be possibilities of such a diplomatic meeting?
He should be prepared.
Do you think will be able to travel?
He should be prepared. The other time he went to Chatham House, he went.
Yes,
the other time he went to Chatham House. This is reality.
What I was saying was, who will be able to follow President Tinubu? I'm just saying.
Everybody, it's no more there.
Some people, because there are rumors that members of the cabinet may have charges in the US.
Definitely.
And then some people will not be able to see.
Definitely. That's what, because everybody will be on their toes now, you understand? Including special advisors, including judges, including anyone advising Tinubu on what to do. Tinubu needs to be very, very prepared, because Trump is a guy that talks with facts and figures. He will sit you down here and be playing a video of Bronu and a video of Joss. He will be telling you he has the data.
There's a rumor it could be worse.
It could be worse.
The rumor is that the meeting might be with JD Vance.
Okay.
which is Trump without a filter. So
we just spill the bean. Everything, every data will be brought in front of you for you to justify them, for you to clarify them, for you to actually show the American government what are all those efforts you have been making, which have actually yielded to nothing. Shame on Nigeria when they will get to America and tell them nobody have been charged. Nnamdi, No terrorists have been charged.
Barrister Chidi,
Well, some have been reintegrated into the Kano State.
Reintegrated into the army.
Into the army, into the Kano State
Oh my!
Constabulary.
That meeting
So-
is going to be a shocker.
Barrister
I can't
Chidi,
wait.
I hardly think Nigeria can take more shame. I mean, we've already been called a disgraced country. I mean, for you to say shame on Nigeria, isn't that another slap on the face?
Would you mind me continuing in this trajectory? There's a headline that might
Go
continue
ahead,
this.
go ahead.
Okay.
And this one comes from the Punch.
Okay.
We're talking of shame. Doctors dispute FG's 11.9 billion payout. Strike continues. National Association of Resident Doctors have gone on strike.
Okay.
As it is now, our federal doctors are on strike.
On strike.
So
Again.
what do we do now? I mean, where does Nigeria go now? We're talking of us being a country of particular concern by the US, and this is not a false statement I'm going to make. There were protests, I don't know if they're still on in Canada, where doctors were complaining about their salaries being too much. No jokes. So we're talking of japa and brain drain. I saw a post over the weekend where some people were from the hospital, they were appealing that they have been begging their engineer for diesel, that they were doing surgery in someone's brain. Someone had a head injury.
God.
And they were begging. Power had gone off and the engineer was saying no diesel. And they came on social media to beg
Can you imagine that?
this country. So, I mean, let me just ask you. People are saying doctors are insensitive for going on strike. That the government subsidizes the education. The government's angle has always been our medical education for the cheapest. Doctors should be grateful. It's expensive abroad. So they should appreciate their low pay. And doctors are saying it's not even just the pay. It's the quality of equipment and everything.
Everything they need.
But let me have your view on it. Are they insensitive for striking and not putting Nigerian patients first? Or is the government, using human life?
When you
as
want to talk
leverage?
about their insensitivity, you can ask yourself, how much are they asking for? They're asking for the barest minimum they can get in this country. Nigeria is such a rich nation. Have you looked at the number of doctors that have left the shores of this country? I don't think that they're insensitive. I think it's a problem of leadership. Everything boils down and borders on what? On leadership. When you get that leadership right, every other thing will do what? It will follow. We will keep on bringing, shame to ourselves, both externally and internally. It's a problem. Look, have you seen a group of monkey that stole a Porsche car? You understand? They've stolen it. Probably they have knocked off the owner, and the car is there, and the key is there, and they are unable to actually move the vehicle very well.
That's a good point, because another thing that has been troubling Nigerians is the fact that the U.S. president, of course, if a country is designated as a CPC, it's possible that aid would have to stop, and of course that classifies as a sanction. So Nigerians are also, criticizing themselves for always going cap in hand. That's someone else to say, you know what, I'm not giving you help anymore. But that aside, let's shift away from that. Anambra governorship police deploy helicopters and drones. How do you feel about the emerging security tactics being deployed ahead of the Anambra election on Saturday?
I just hope it's not going to be another smoke screen, or a white elephant project. Let us see a credible and a competent and a transparent result. It is the result and the process of collating the result that makes the whole difference. If you like, you can fly to the moon and come back. It doesn't make any difference here. We are so tired of these, moves and shows. It is the result that will tell at the end of the day. If police can bring out all those things and still stay and monitor and ensure that the election is free and fair, fine. Not siding one political party or siding the president or siding the party in power at the end of the day, because that's just what we have always been seeing in our election. So, and again, I think this election is going to be a test run for the new INEC chairman. So let's just watch and see how he will handle the Anambra election, because it's definitely going to be a kind of a pointer to how the other coming election in Nigeria will be.
I mean, Nathalie, you said the Anambra State government wants to launch drones. So I tell you that option.
No. The federal government.
I was going to say federal government, because
not the Anambra government.
I was going to ask, is it that Operation Dogachina has Air Force?
No.
It's the federal government.
I just wanted to be sure.
Police is federal.
Thank you for clearing that confusion. Because I'm sure if you thought it, others did. Of course, you have parties contending. They're all trying to unseat the incumbent ABGA governor. You have the APC, you have the Labour Party, and of course the PDP as well. All of them vying to unseat the sitting governor. I'm sure we'll have their pictures much later as well on today's show. So, I mean, so many headlines making the news this morning. And I think it's also an interesting part for us to look at the PDP and where it stands. And let's start from the angle of the Bayelsa State Governor, Doye Diri. He's set to officially defect to the ruling All Progressives Congress today. He did confirm his defection yesterday, but today we're going to see the APC entourage arriving in Bayelsa to receive him, like was done in Enugu in the case of Governor Barr. What's your take?
And Kaduna over the weekend. The entire Kaduna South, all the senators, House of Rep, they all decamped to the APC this weekend.
And Enugu reps as well.
So
when we are saying that it's all going to be a one-party country or system, nobody should argue with us. That's exactly where. So where are we driving at? What is happening in this country?
Well, we're seeing that while this is happening, this is from the Punch, the Makinde bloc is regrouping within the PDP, but former governor of Benue State, Autumn, and former governor of Ekiti State, Fayose, are supporting Nyesom Wike. So, who is, of course, a 7th federal minister in the APC government, responsible for locking the PDP.
Can we call ADC an opposition party? It's just a coalition. They don't even have a local government chairman. They just past and present political parties.
I mean, but in all fairness, there has been no election.
There has been no election, yes.
Since they started this coalition.
Definitely.
So their hand will be tested, coming up. But
it is not good for democracy.
To go back to Nathalie's question.
It's not good for democracy.
Where does the PDP stand? We are seeing a fractured PDP, and we are seeing another powerful entity, the governor of Bayelsa. Because with the governor of Bayelsa's defection, this means that Rivers, which is just nominal, remains the last non-APC state in the South-South.
In the South-South.
Because we know Governor Oberobori of Delta has defected, Eno of Akwa Ibom has defected. Barr CO2 was elected under the banner of the APC already, and Rivers is shaky. Now with Bayelsa defecting,
there's going to be an implosion. I am envisaging an implosion of APC is going to implode. Because when all the people that are having problem in APC, when all people are having problem in PDP and other political parties, when all these politicians, when they all zero in on APC now, okay, would their mindset change? It would still be the same mindset. You understand? Grab power, you understand? Share the money at the end of the day. So they are not defecting to APC because APC have, since 2 years of, or rather since 10 years of its inception, have made political, progress that will make every other political party to join them. But this is very, very bad for democracy. We can't continue like this. It's not good for democracy. APC have not really achieved a lot to say that, yes, let everybody. So why they're going there for selfish interest? That's the point I'm trying to make. What is drawing politicians to APC is not good. It's not good. It's so that their results will be written down in the government house. It's so that they will work with the federal government to reach their result. 2027, it's only God that knows exactly what's going to happen in 2027, because one party system is not going to help Nigeria.
I mean, it's not
going to help Nigeria. It's bad for democracy.
PDP as a whole, we're seeing they have already broken down into factions.
Nathalie, I told you that PDP will never recover. Let us mourn for our dear PDP that ruled this country for 16 years. It's over. They will never recover this.
It's not. Is it a question of recovery, or is it a question of who is doing what? The PDP is collapsing on itself.
Yes. When a system of collapse is in a trajectory, when you have activated a system of collapse, when you set a pack of cards from here to here, if you push the first card, you can watch all the pack of cards do what? All of them will do what? They will fall. So PDP will go down to Chinatown. There's nothing you can do about it.
Barrister Chidi.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody
2015.
You're right.
You see Atiku coming out to take that presidential position as the flag bearer of PDP. You understand? That was a very big crack that will take PDP. The PDP will never recover.
I like us we're looking at it with a logical.
It will never recover.
I like us we're looking at a logical compass. Okay, we're looking at it critically. The different people that were there before and what has happened. Now,
and they know.
Anybody with,
that's why they're moving to ADC. They know.
Anybody with critical thinking capacity at this point would wonder. We'll start asking questions. Who are left in the People's Democratic Party? What is the role of these people in the current imploding or implosion of the People's Democratic Party? Because Ironwood, that was, as alleged, the FCT minister worked so hard to keep, is there. Suddenly the PDP gets factionalized. Suddenly it's breaking down. Governors are leaving. I mean, is this some kind of show of chaos
Yes.
for Nigerians to watch.
Yes.
We're analyzing it with this lens of, oh, people left and all the PDP is not doing right. Are there people there who their primary assignment is to ensure the party is dead? Because you cannot have an FCT minister who has been accused of being a member of two different parties at once, based on his actions. So are we overthinking this, or is this just a case of somebody coming in and trying to suck all the life out of PDP from within, whereas we're here using professorial sense to look at the matter?
No, see, something happened in PDP that I know that it will not recover from it. You see, it is not written categorically clear in the Nigerian constitution that power should move from north to south. It's not written in the constitution, but it's written in our hearts. You understand? So anytime you are doing anything politically, you must have that at the back of your mind, that if power have stayed for a certain time in the north, it will definitely go to the south. And PDP enshrined that understanding, you understand, in their internal democracy. That's how Obasanjo started. After Obasanjo, it was Yaradua, okay? It was unfortunate that Yaradua died while in office. If not, Yaradua probably would have finished his own 8 years and probably handed over to another southerner, okay? But what happened has happened. And they say this time around, the Southeast, let me be honest, Southeast ought to have produced a presidential flag bearer for PDP in 2015. Right. But what happened? What happened? A northerner brought out his dollar and took it, and Wike said no. So you're talking about, is someone fueling this thing? Are there people who are sure that this is how the trajectory of people? Yes.
I mean, you said 2015.
No, 2019. Yeah. So what happened then? Atiku took the presidential flag bearer of PDP. At the end of the day, he lost to Buhari, and that was how the crack started. And you can't fill it up. There's nothing you can do. He also waited to know whether Atiku will also use him as the vice president, which also went to Okowa. So it's everything went back.
That was 2023.
Yeah,
2018, 2019 was
Peter Obi. There was a time this party was having a problem, and Wike stood on this party. He was making sure that things were going on well. So he mustered a lot of power to himself then. So that's why he has his own gang, or rather, he has his own group. So anything you want to do and you don't want to involve him, he will keep on pressing that button.
Because the truth is, and he keeps standing on this point.
Yes.
That a lot of the people now who were shouting PDP, the likes of the former Senate President Bukola Saraki, Atiku Abubakar, many of them actually in 2014, ahead of the 2015 elections, were actually part of the new PDP that joined the APC. And when they didn't get what they wanted, they all came back to the PDP.
So they're playing on Nigerians, moving from one party to the other.
So interesting
APC
headline.
will implode. I'm making you a promise.
Well, many people are...
APC will implode.
Okay, we're going to
the story we are talking about PDP now, we'll sit down here Sunday and talk about the same story of how governors are leaving APC. Because they're not coming because of the strength of the party. They are coming because of their selfish interest. It will definitely implode.
Because some people are saying that history is just repeating itself, and those that entered will quickly go out as well. So, interesting headline, top of the banner here on Nigerian Tribune: troops kill terrorists, arrest 20, rescue 17 kidnapped victims. And this is coming at a time when people are questioning, asking what it means for Nigeria to be declared a CPC. Now we're seeing the military publishing what it has done. Now, security issues are often handled in privacy. They don't want to discuss what they've done. They don't want to discuss who and who
strategy
have been. Now Nigerians are saying that when the president goes to the US, or maybe the US president comes here, I don't know how likely that is, but that they hope that the Nigerian president will be able to open up and tell President Trump, US President Trump, what he's been able to accomplish. Because right now we know in the public domain, we don't even have, and let's face reality, a lot of these are speculations. We don't even have the data. We don't even have the numbers. We've not seen any published document, verifiable document from security agencies saying these are the people who have been attacked within this particular time. What we're seeing are pockets of social media posts that are going viral, petitions that are being written, posts that are being made. But the Nigerian government, despite the smoke that emerged before this fire, did not come out and actually publish any figures. Right? So do you think that this publication of accomplishments of Nigerian troops is coming perhaps a weekend too late?
Yeah, I might agree with you if they have been on this trail, if it is a kind of orchestrated or planned attack, you understand, in the past, and this is the time they carried it out. We cannot say that they were just doing it simply because of this declaring Nigeria as a CPC. If they have always been on the business of tracking this group down, trying to get them, you understand, they are doing their normal business. It's their thing. Let them do it and do it very well. What I'm saying is that the Nigerian military, if not for the faction in the Nigerian military, if not that the federal government is complacent, if not that Nigerians in government are sponsoring terrorism and Boko Haram, you understand? They would have wiped these guys out. Trump wouldn't have had any need of declaring Nigeria a country of particular concern. You know, there's another follow-up to it. There will be people of what particular concern. So when they get to that now, some people may not have the opportunity to travel out anymore. Some people don't have the opportunity to do a whole lot of things. So sanctions are going to come, and Trump is not going to waste time to bring all this thing down.
I think we've been missing a major point in all this, which is we've not noticed something. And I think as a media scholar, I noticed this immediately. Since Nigeria became a country of particular concern, the language has changed from bandits to terrorists.
Yes.
We no longer call them bandits. We now call them by their rightful birth name, terrorists.
Yes, terrorists.
The language of the government has changed.
Yes, the narrative
we
is
don't
gradually
have
changing.
bandits again.
Right.
Now we agree they are terrorists.
Header.
And we have to now say, Nnamdi has been very vocal about the terminology, the nomenclature of a lot of these armed groups.
Yes.
I did it again, armed groups,
Armed
right?
groups.
But in the case of the Southeast, let's not go there. Barrister Chidi, thank you for your time this morning.
Okay.
We wish you a great morning ahead.
Okay, let's not go there. Agree.
And we'll watch and see perhaps our heads and eyes up in the sky waiting for when the military would arrive, if they do. But lots of people are saying that the U.S. president may do what he says he's going to do.
I think he's going to do what he said he's going to do.
It's right for the Nigerian government to act fast and restore the integrity of Nigeria so that nobody calls us a disgraced country on the internet. And you see it from your home and you're like, oh my God, I'm in this country. Let's watch and see how this all pans out. The Morning Show returns in just seconds, and when we come back, we'll take a regional story. And then we'll be joined by the Chairman Guild of Public Affairs Analysts of Nigeria, Enugu State Chapter, Dr. Ambrose Iboke, as he walks us through what it means for Nigeria to be designated, labeled a country of particular concern. Many people wonder if this is a particular concern or many concerns. Thank you, Barrister Chidi. Stay tuned. We'll be back in seconds. Don't go anywhere.